All right, we are live. A little dark today, too. Might need to turn on the light. All right. For those who are in here, let me know if you can hear me. Let's start letting the world know that we are starting. Let's refresh this because YouTube likes to start a little late. All right, they are aware. All right. For those in here that can hear me, actually, if you can hear me, let me know. Type it in the chat. Let's make sure our charts are up. And we will hang out here until more people come in. Hey, Timothy. Great to have you here. Glad you can hear me. We'll give it 4 more minutes and then we'll officially start for those who aren't here. The same link that you used to watch to get here is the same link you'll use to catch the replay. So if you have to leave like midway, once this is done, just refresh the page and then it'll start from the beginning, or you can like scroll through it as like a regular YouTube video. How was everybody's trading week? How was everybody's day? If you did trade today. Sweet. NVIDIA was fantastic today. I took it off at one target, and after that, it just kept on going, which we'll definitely go over in a bit. I think Tesla did great as well. I think everything from the watch list did great from what I saw. At least the ones that didn't gap up, because I don't count those. All right, let's bring this up here. Hey, Kevin, how are you? Hope your weekend, or not weekend, hope your week went great. Coca-Cola, man. We'll catch another one next time. Actually, while we wait for everybody to come in, let's look at Coca-Cola's chart. Let's look at good old Coca-Cola as we wait for the rest of the people to get in here. And not too much that happened today. I think yesterday was still, or 2 days ago was the high, is when I got out on this candle. Got another 2-1 setup though, that could be nice. It closed above this broad information, which is cool too. So next week, if it triggers higher, we can probably head to, was that 71.30-ish? Because a dollar move on a co-contract, that's at least 150% from what I've seen. So, and the contracts are super cheap. So yeah, we'll definitely see what happens next week. Having a good, nice 2-1 setup. I would never day trade this stock personally. I like swing trading it because it needs to be like a really good day for it to be substantial. in my experience anyway. And that 4-hour chart was a mess. All right, we'll start in another minute. Do you ever take swing trades using the strat? That's literally the only way I would swing trade is with the strat. The strat was created for swing trading, not for day trading. We just use it to day trade and whatever else we want. It's funny because the people who day trade or the people who swing trade, like the creators of the strat, are more so. So Rob Smith, the creator, like Sarah Strat Sniper, knew him, I think, on a personal level, like they were friends in real life or they met in real life. I think Cyber Strat Soldier, I think those are like kind of the big people out there with the strat. But Rob Smith is a creator. They only ever use this for like regular stock, for so futures, forex, crypto, all of that. They didn't use the strat for none of that. I think my mentors, they were in Sarah Strat Snipers group, and I think somebody else, like one of the up like the top strat people, and they would consider us gamblers by using it for options trading and everything else. But hey, it works, so it's like, why not, right? Because what they would do is they would be like on the monthly contract, and if they get in right over here, like let's say they get in, or not even here, let's say they get in here, or even right here, there's 2 up off this broadening formation on this monthly, they'll literally still be in this trade waiting for the next broadening formation to hit. I think they take profit at the different levels, like strat targets, the way I would. But I think a good amount of them will literally, like, let's say they'll get in here and they'll hold for months until it hits that next broadening formation. And they'll just wait. And it's just regular shares too, so you're chilling. Granted, for options, you could do something similar, but you gotta have time on your contracts, I'll tell you that. All right, let's turn the charts off for a bit, and we'll start officially. And let's turn on this light that I got to help out, because I don't like turning on my other light. All right, this was supposed to be my lighting for better production, and the remote doesn't work, which is annoying, so I have to return it. But we'll use it for today since it's a little darker than usual. All right, welcome everybody. My name is Advent. I am not a financial advisor. Anything you guys see in this video or class and any of my other content is not financial advice. So please do your research before you engage in trading, because it is risky if you don't know what you're doing and you don't want to lose money. Well, you're going to lose money, but you don't want to lose unnecessary money without learning. So another thing that we'll do just to make today fun, as I get the lighting situation fixed up, we're going to play around with colors. So today, moment of transparency. Actually, before I go into that, for those who are new here and have never been to the trade recap series, we have this every Friday at 7 p.m. What we do here is we go over my trades. I'll also go over your trades and give you feedback on where you can do better, what we can improve on, so on and so forth, what you did well, X, Y, and Z, and we'll go from there. Some ground rules. This class, or these calls for the trade recap, we're only going over my trades, only going over your trades. So if you ask me a question that's outside of the realm of this class, I am not going to answer it, unless you may want to use the super chat, which, if you don't know what the super chat is, on the chat bar, there's a little dollar bill icon. You can click on that and you can donate to the channel. I'll be more inclined to answer your off-topic question there, because some of the questions that you guys ask is questions that people pay me for. So it wouldn't be fair to them and to myself for me to give you free information that other people need to pay for. So let's keep it in relation to the trade recap and in this realm for today, and we'll keep it good and easy there. So if you do ask anything, of course, you can ask it in the chat. If it's off topic, I'm not going to respond to it. All right. let's get this started. Let's share my screen. What I was getting at with the lighting situation, this light over here, over here, I'm going to start using it to make things fun and see how I ended the week. So this week, little rocky, ended red on my futures account, which I haven't been red in a real long time. So red on futures, which sucks, but it is what it is. Followed all my trades, followed all my rules. It is what it is. I think 3 red days this week? Yeah, I think 3 red days. And then I ended green on, no, I think 2 red days, 2 green days. So ended red on Tuesday, Wednesday, Monday, Thursday, I ended green. But on Monday, I just took only 1 trade. So I stopped for the day. But on Tuesday and Wednesday, I hit my 3 trade max loss. And then on Thursday, which was yesterday, I got 2 or 3 winning trades, which got me nice, but still overall red. So red on futures this week. And thankfully for options, ended green on that account. So we'll use purple for half and half. All right. Enough with the light business. Let's get to some trades. So today, I didn't do too much. And let me know if you guys can see my screen in the chat. So NVIDIA. Ooh, NVIDIA was beautiful today. So let me bring this up on Thinkorswim so we can see everything together and a little more clearly on what I was looking at today. So as those who know, Jerome Powell was speaking today, and I don't like trading when he's talking. So I'm not sure why this is not showing up as correctly as it was this morning when I was trading, but I had a broader information that was hitting this candle right here. But as we can see, it disappeared or it moved around, which is annoying, but it is what it is. So today, the only trade I took was NVIDIA off this 2-up candle. So once this candle here broke the 4-hour level off the watch list, I took calls. And my first target was this broader information right here from entry down here at 126.32-ish. And I took it off there. That was a quick little, 45, 50% on the contract in about 10 minutes. So I took that off there. I was happy with that, and I just let it be because I did not want it to stay any longer than I need to because Jerome Powell was talking today, and I don't like trading when he talks. So that's pretty much the only trade that I took today. I didn't trade futures because, again, Jay Powell was speaking. There was a fantastic trade on futures today, though. I was looking at YM's chart. We have a nice TTO with a hammer printing off a broader information, which is literally like the 3 universal truths with the strat. That's like literally picture perfect trade setup. But again, I don't like trading when Jerome Powell was talking, but it would have been a fantastic trade. But again, it is what it is. Let me check out RTY real quick. Looks like that trade never hit stop loss or target. So for the kid in play. But yeah, NVIDIA was pretty much the only trade that I took today. And then, of course, like I mentioned, I saw this TTO on YM, which worked out fantastically. But again, because of news, I wasn't going to trade it. Any questions you guys have on that, or if you want to go over your trades, you're more than welcome to put it in the chat so we can review and go over that. And like I mentioned, if you are new here, if you're going to give me your trade to review, if you're going to give me an options trade, please give me these components right here for options. So the ticker, strike price, expiration, the amount you paid for the contract or your entry price, and the time you got out of the trade and the time you got into the trade, and what setup it was, if it's a strat setup or ICT. And for futures or Forex or regular stock, you can just give me this information over here. And then I'll be able to review the trade for you. So put it in the chat and we'll go from there. Whatever trades you took, post it in the chat so I can review, or we'll awkwardly be here in silence. And if there aren't any trades to review, then we'll just wrap up in the next 5 or 10 minutes so we can all enjoy our weekend. For those who just came in here, I'm reviewing your trades. So whatever trade you want me to look at, post it in the chat with these components so I can actually have detail. And for those who might not hear me yet, SPY on the 15-minute 2 down. I'm going to imagine that it was a 0 DTE. What's strike price? Definitely got to add in the strike prices so you know if at the money, out the money, or in the money contracts work better for you. $10.48. So it looks like you got in on this double inside bar, 2 down. Not bad. Besides the double inside bar, was there anything else that gave you confluence for this trade? Or did you just see the double inside and then you took that to the short side? Gotcha. How did you feel when you were in the trade? Hey, West, you should be able to post a link in the chat for TradingView for your trade. Yeah, you can post it, and I'll see if I can bring it up. It should let me bring it up through your link. So you can post it in the chat. Ah, good. I'm glad you didn't feel as nervous as before when we were speaking about that. And it looks like it hit all the targets too. I'm not sure exactly where your stop loss was, but mine probably would have been here. And then you had all these targets to the downside. So we had, I'll probably use this as a target 1, then target 2, and then target 3. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly when you got out, but that was a nice one. And that was in 15 minutes too. The thing got obliterated and hit all the targets in that single candle, and then it reversed. Did you get out quick? Did it hit target 1 when you got out, or did you get out before it hit target 1? Because it looks like in 5 minutes, it hit all that targets in 5 minutes. Did you get out at the first target? Or did you get out before the first target? You got out. You got out before your target. Remember, actually, let's explore that for a bit. Why did you get out before your first target? Besides the fear, what brought up the fear? Because the fear is just the outcome of the source. We're trying to get to the source. What caused the fear to come up in the first place? So to be on the same page, you traded before this trade and you made money. And because you made money on the first trades in the beginning of the day, you got into this trade and then you got fearful because you didn't want to give none of that money back that you won earlier in the day, right? If that's the case, then you should not take the trade then, because you're already shooting yourself in the foot. Because this is what's going to happen. And I've been there before, and I'm sure it happened to you and everybody else. You'll get into the trade and you'll take it off quick and profit. But if it goes against you, I guarantee you're going to hold that trade for dear life until it hits your stop loss. So you're super fearful to wait until it hits target, but I'm pretty sure if it went against you, you'll wait until it hits the stop loss, right? And if that's happened to anybody else here, feel free to give me an emoji or yes in the chat. Cool. So the same way you're going to hold trades to target, again, if you start getting fearful before you even put the trade on because you're going to lose money, don't take the trade. Because what's happening is that you're building the habit that if you're nervous, you're going to take profit. And the more you do that, the more you're going to build that negative habit. So if you're feeling fearful, don't take the trade at all, because you don't want to build the habit of taking profit quick just because you're scared. I'd rather you not take the trade. So set your alerts and just wait. That's your only job. And if you're not willing to take the loss, then don't take the trade, because we need to be willing to take the loss and the win when we get in. It's not going to be green all the time. Losses are part of the business. Cool. Despind said he took the 4-hour long trigger on Monday for M2K. Yeah, definitely, Timothy. And you don't want to build that habit, especially if you're a new trader, because it gets really hard to get out of that habit that you built. It took me a long time to get out of that. So don't make it harder for yourself. Let's see. Despin took a long trigger on Monday for our M2K. Oh, I think I took the same trade too. This 312 up on the 4 hour. This was a really nice one. Yep, yeah, that day was fantastic. So this was the Monday candle on the 4 hour. Let's highlight it so we don't miss it. This was Monday. Let's just highlight that so we don't lose it. Yeah, literally that first candle that triggered you in, that thing went straight to all the targets. Yeah, that's 9 points. That's beautiful. $450 right there with one contract of RTY. With M2K, that's $45 per M2K contract. Solid trade. Great work. Despin, the question for you with that M2K trade, if you remember, you know, did you hit your targets and did you take profit when you said you would when you took that M2K trade? Hey, Westfeller, when you're ready, you can post that trade link in the chat. I should be able to click it to bring up the trade. You took off about a tick before target. I guess that's fair. I'm going to imagine that you didn't want the whole position to go red. Do you remember how many ticks or how many points you were green before you took it off? Do I know a website where I can upload the picture on? Hey, Westfeller, do you have Discord? If you have Discord, send me a friend request. That's my username. And then just screenshot or post a screenshot in our chat, and then I'll look it up here. All right, there we go. Gotcha added. So send me that screenshot and then we'll go over it. Let's see. I'm pretty sure it was just one tick in case they were order stacked up top. So I would get a fill on my limit order. That makes sense. Yeah, you can do that sometimes too, because sometimes with futures, even though you might have 10 contracts there, if there's not 10 people there to buy the contract, if you're selling it, then you're not going to get filled the whole way. So I used to do that when I used to trade penny stocks. I would, if my target was, let's say, $2, I'll put my take profit at like 198 or 199 because it might not get filled at that exact price. So I'll accept that. That's a good trade. I do that sometimes, depending what the setup is. I'll put like one tick away from it. And that's cool too. If that's part of your plan to take it a tick earlier, hey, that's okay. As long as you follow your plan, you're good. Let's see. All right, let's look at these trades. All right, that's trade one. This is trade 2. London, what time frame was this? The 30-minute time frame? All right, let's bring up my chart. Hold on. Let me actually go back here. This was the Dow Jones. So let's do US 30 on the 30-minute time frame. And I think, I got to compare this to yours. Do you remember what time you took the trade? So if you took it on this candle here, yesterday, you took it on this candle here. That was during London. All right, so if I recall correctly, your trade looks something like this. Your stop loss was somewhere there, and I think you were probably targeting for this liquidity over here on the left side. Let's see. Was my stop loss too wide? Well, the thing here is, even if your stop loss was even a little higher, it wouldn't have mattered, because whatever news or whatever happened at market open yesterday, that would have stopped you out anyway on this big move up. So even if your stop loss was like this candle here would have still stopped you out. This big wick to the upside. So it is what it is. If that was one of your setups, actually, question for you. Was this a strat setup, or was this another one of your setups the way you trade? That's a question I have for you. A golden pocket trade, I'm not too sure what that means, but if you followed your plan and that's the setup and that's what it's supposed to be, it is what it is if you lost. So if you lose the trade, again, it is what it is. If that was your trade, probability just wasn't for you, and that's okay. Remember, like I mentioned earlier, I'm not sure when you joined the class today, but I ended red on Tuesday and Wednesday on my futures accounts. I took my trades as I always do, and I lost. Can't control the outcome, so it makes no point in being mad, because you can't control what the market does. All you can control is what you do. And if you got in when you said you were going to get in, and you were going to stop out when you said you were going to stop out, you did your job. There's nothing else to be upset about. You did exactly what you needed to do. Let's look at this second trade. Did you re-enter the same trade again? Did you take anything today? All I see is like this new information on the second one. Yes, same chart. I was confused for a sec. Gotcha. Yeah. But yeah, it is what it is. You took the trade as you said you would, and you lost. Can't control that. You did your job. So good work on that. What would have been bad is if you got stopped out and then you kept on trying to short and then you blow your account. That's bad. So again, it is what it is. Take the L gracefully. Don't marry a trade, and just keep it moving. All right. Let's see other trades here. Kev, I'll get to your code trade in a bit. Let me check this meta trade by Maria real quick. Meta at 948 on the 5-minute chart. $9.48. You took this 2 up? Yeah, the 2 up. So you got in on this 2 up, and your target is right here. You got out before it hit that target. I'm going to imagine is because the same reason of what happened earlier in that other trade. Gotcha. Yeah, like I mentioned, just set your alerts and just wait. That's all we can do as traders. Oh, here's a great practice for you guys who get out early. And it's going to sting. And that's the point. Get a piece of paper or 2 pieces of paper that you might need, and go through your trades for this entire week or the last 2 weeks and label each trade got out early or followed plan. And I want you to count the amount of profit that you missed because you got out early. That's going to be an eye-opener. Exactly. Oh boy, trust me. I did it myself, and I was like, all right, I need to stop this. Because until you see it in front of you in clear detail, it's going to be hard for your brain to really adjust. So 2 pieces of paper, one with all the trades that you got out early and label them got out early. And then the other ones, actually, well, the other ones are kind of irrelevant for now, but actually, no, let's do that. 2 pieces of paper, one with all the trades that you got out early and label it got out early, and total the amount of money that you made. Then another piece of paper, all the trades you took that you waited until it hit at least your first target, and add up how much you made there and compare the two. You'll be really surprised on what you're leaving on the table because you're getting in your own way. So that's everybody's homework for this weekend. All right, let's see. Next trade to look at. Welcome for those who just came in here. If you want me to review your trade, please provide me with the information that I'm going to place in the chat because I'm going to be going through different charts. But if you want me to look at your trades, provide me with this information here. If you have your trade like modeled out on your chart, you can also just send me the link or a screenshot to your trade on like Discord or wherever you know me, and I'll bring it up there. Let's see. So if you're going to send me an options trade, give me this information. And I just looked at the chat. We have 13 people in here and 6 likes. I need at least 50% participation if I'm going to continue. So if you got in here, you haven't hit the little thumbs up or like button, that's all I ask in return to having this free class with you guys. Thank you. Let's continue. So options, if you want me to take those trades, give me all these details that I have on the chart. If you want me to look at futures, Forex, equity trades, give me the information on the right side so I can better help you. All right, let's look at this Coca-Cola trade. So Co on the 4-hour swing trade entry, and that was on the 14th. Oh no, wait, let me see. You got in on the 14th of August? Or was that a typo and you meant to say that the expiration was 9/14? Gotcha. And you got into that trade today? When exactly did you get into that trade? Oh, gotcha. All right. So you got in on the 14th of this month. Let's look for the 14th, which was right here. And your expiration was 8/21. That doesn't make sense. Coca-Cola doesn't expire in the middle of the week. Probably 8/23 is what you meant. So if you got in here, well, if you went long here, then you were pretty much good because it just kept on going up the subsequent days. And then we had that nice move this Wednesday. Unless you meant that you got out on Wednesday. And you got in at 68.17. 68.17. Did you get in for puts or for calls? Because if it's puts, that makes sense why you entered in there. That lines up with your entry that you said, 68.17. Did you get in for puts as a swing? Or was it a call? 69.17. There we go. All right. 69.17, which it wasn't on this day that you got in. If you were looking at the 4-hour, it wasn't the 14th when you got in. So 69.17. None of these candles here are the trigger for the first hour, for the 4-hour. So I'm not too sure where you got that price from off the 4-hour time frame. Even if you took the weekly trigger, that wasn't at 69.17. So I'm not too sure where you got that price level from. It doesn't look like it was off the 4-hour because none of the triggers were 69.17 from any price that I see right now. Yeah, so this doesn't match up with any of the 4-hour triggers or the 4-hour levels. Whoa, time out. Time out. You didn't journal, so you're going based off memory. I'm gonna send you a voice note later. That's all I'm gonna say. Every trade must be journaled, every single one. It takes 5 minutes to journal your trade. So, any trade that you do must be journaled. No excuses, no exceptions. Even if you manually write down your trade, it takes 10 minutes, 15 minutes maximum, in my opinion. I could be wrong. So, the lesson here is we have to be very clear on what we take so we can review them efficiently. Because if I was going based off memory, I would be super off with everything. So we journal everything. DT took a Rivian, was holding Rivian put for 3 days since Tuesday from a failed 2 up. FTFC bearish, it changed direction on me today. Let's see, for 3 days since Tuesday failed to up. What time frame was the trade on that you took the trade from? Was it the daily, the 4-hour? What was it? The daily time frame? All right, so since Tuesday, so if this was failed to down, if I were to take this trade, it sounds like, well, not that it sounds like, you just said that it reversed on you today, meaning you took a loss on that trade. So failed to up right here. Entry is this 2 down, once this trigger short right here. This is a winning trade. This should not have been a losing trade. Stop could be 50% of the previous candle to give itself room if you want to. If you go based off strat targets, this thing hit 2 strat targets. One target, 2 targets. This is a winning trade. This should not have been a losing trade. That's why I always tell you guys, never turn a day trade into a swing trade. And if it hits your target and you miss to get out at target, that's on you. You need to get out no matter what. If it hits target and you don't get out and that trade goes red, that's on you. So learning experienced, take the money or take the L if it hit your target already and it's reversing. That trade should have had a stop loss at break even once it hit the targets. And then it's either going to lose no money or you can sell it if it goes back to your targets. So never, ever, ever, ever let a winning position go red. Cool. All right. What other trades do you guys want me to review? We got about 13 more minutes. Also, reminder, this Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern, we're having the options chain and Greeks class. So if you're new to options or you just want to refresh your memory on the options chain and the option Greeks like delta, theta, gamma, etc., we're going to go over that on Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern in excruciating detail for each component. So you can leave the class understanding exactly what they are. So 7 p.m. Eastern, put it on your calendar. That's going to be 2 days from now. Don't miss it. It's going to be live on the YouTube. So if you go to the YouTube channel, and you go to the live section right here, understanding the option chain in Greeks. If you click on this, or you can just hit notify me, so it'll notify you to remind you. So definitely pass by if you can. When using the strat, do you ever move your stop loss to break even, like when you are close to TP? That's a negative because I have no business moving my take profit or stop loss, because if it hasn't hit my target, it's not a winning trade yet. So if it hasn't hit not even my first target, you should not be touching anything with the trade. I only move my stop loss after it hits the first target. Another reminder, for those who are new to the channel, if you are not in my group or any of the other groups that I support, I added a membership to the YouTube channel. So if you want access to my watch list, you can subscribe to the silver membership, which will give you access to my daily watch list. So you'll get my daily watch list in an email every day if you're not in my group or other groups. So you have the option of subscribing on YouTube if you want to gain access to my watch list by not being in my group or other groups that I support. $10 a month. I heard you mentioned something before, but have you more, or you have a bit about it? Oh, wait, hold on. How can I make myself feel less adrenaline while you open a trade? I'm not going to answer that question here because that is not in relevance of what we're going over today. Like I mentioned, you're more than welcome to use the super chat, which is in the chat box, a little dollar icon. You can donate to the channel so I can answer questions that are not relevant to today's class. What I will do, if you don't want to go that route, the videos that you can look at is, let's go to the YouTube channel. Let's go to trading psychology. Let's see what I have in here. If you watch this video here, Getting Serious About Trading, it's super long, like 3.5 hours. I pretty much go through my entire journey and everything that helped me and some things that can help you guys. Well, a lot of things that can help you guys, actually. Let's see. Check out my video for achieving emotional control and awareness during live trading sessions. I believe it should answer your question in that video. And also that other 3-hour video that I mentioned, as well as the Trader Circle videos. They're kind of like, the topics really range on what people ask. So I'm not too sure which video goes over it, but in some videos I have like descriptions on what we talked about. So you can see the descriptions on the Trader Circle videos and see what we went over in that class. I know there's a bunch of them where I go over how to better regulate your emotions when you're trading. Any other trades that you guys had this week that you want me to review? Could be options, futures, stocks, forex, crypto, doesn't matter. Sounds good, West. I'll be looking forward to seeing you in there. All right, we got 8 minutes left. Any other trades that you guys want to go over? Also, thank you to everybody because we just broke 1,800 subscribers. We're at 1,803 or 1,804. So thank you guys. Appreciate that very much. Thanks for coming by, Maria. I'll see you. If there are no trades to review in the next 2 minutes, I'll ask the question that I always ask to wrap up, and then we'll go about our Friday. There's a 2-1 setup on SPY on the daily? That doesn't make sense. Oh, there is a 2-1 setup on SPY's daily. Cool. All right, that makes sense. Bitcoin has a 2-1 on the weekly. SPY has a hammer on the monthly. Nice. And a 2-1 setup on the 4-hour. Cool. How do you buy Bitcoin? I screwed up timing Bitcoin so much. I ended up buying like $10 a day. So I never buy tops only. So I got a good amount of Bitcoin around like 20K. And I completely forgot about it until it hit like 60K. And I sold like 80% of my position. So I personally don't plan on buying any more Bitcoin or Ethereum for a while. I've only been buying like, um, I've only been buying, what do you call it? I've only been buying like altcoins. I bought some AVAX around 18 to 20 bucks when it died out. Yeah, my I don't like my savings to fluctuate 5 or 10% a week, so I would avoid that. Or not to tell you what to avoid it, I avoid that. Of course, I do allocate some of my earnings to crypto, but just not savings to crypto. Tesla has a 2-1 on the 4-hour. Huh. Nice. Hmm. All right, ladies and gents, before we wrap up, what was everybody's biggest takeaway? What was the biggest thing that you learned today or that you'll take away from today's class? Yes, sir. Remember to journal. Definitely key. Biggest thing you've learned from today's class or the biggest takeaway? Put it in the chat. I guess nobody learned anything new today. Give it another minute and then we will enjoy our Friday. Oh, man. All right. Well, that's it for today's class. Thank you guys for coming out and giving me your trades to review and going over my trades with me as well. Always appreciate you guys. Remember, every Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern is when we have these. So definitely be prepared and come with the trades that you want me to review. That way we can maximize our time together instead of just sitting around waiting. So just have trades ready to go that you want me to review so we can all maximize our time. Other than that, thank you guys again for stopping by. If my channel or content helps you and you think it'll help somebody else, definitely feel free to share this with other people that you think it can benefit so we can all continue winning together. Have a good night, everybody, and I will see y'all on Sunday, 7 p.m. for the options, Greek, and chain class. I'll see y'all there. Good night.